In this video, we're going to buy and unbox a cheap handpan. We'll talk about some of the pros and cons of buying these instruments. We'll get real-time reactions to the sound of it, also test and compare with a more expensive instrument, and talk about other options. If you know you definitely can't afford a top-end handpan, we'll talk about what other options are out there. I hope you enjoy. Timestamps will be down below. Let's dive in. Funny, the first thing that comes up when you search handpan on Amazon is tongue drums, which is usually not what somebody is after when they search handpan. £269, 7% off. Brilliant. Now, the one thing I just want to double check is I can definitely return this item. There are no videos of it. I'm doing it. 3, 2, 1. Let's have a look, shall we? We have got a stool, which is advertised as a handpan stand. It's just a fishing stool, which is fine. I also use one as a handpan stand. Not sure what these things... Oh, mallets. Build your own mallets. Some rope for the rim. And then we have the pan. Without having gotten it out yet, it feels very little. Let's see. There is the £250 handpan. It smells kind of funky. It's already got rubber around it, so it doesn't need the rim. It's also got rubber in the goo here, which would imply that it's just a sharp cut and it hasn't been smoothed over. Feels like it's got some kind of coating on it, which is good. I'm about to give this handpan as a birthday gift to my girlfriend to see what she thinks of it. But before I do that, before things get silly, I would love to have a little bit of real talk so we can talk about some of the issues and some of the positives of buying a cheap handpan like this. I know that lots of you who watch my channel have bought handpans from Amazon and Temu, as well as percussion brands like Thomann and Meinl, and very much enjoy the instruments. I personally don't, but I realise that I'm coming from a massive place of privilege in that I've got access to all of these instruments because I work together with makers now. My worry with cheaper instruments that are factory made for the customer, it might be disheartening to try and play something that somebody teaches in a tutorial online and then you play the exact same thing and it just doesn't sound as good, and it's very easy to become disheartened and think that you're not a good player, and that might stifle your creativity, and I don't want that for anyone. I had the same issues when I first started. There weren't tutorials around, but there were videos of people playing, and I would watch them and think, why don't I sound like that when I play? And I really thought I was bad at playing, and I was. But it wasn't just that. There was so much that I just couldn't do with the instrument that I had because it just wasn't capable of achieving those same sounds. The metal was thin, it didn't hold its tuning, but in many ways it actually really encouraged me to be more creative because it forced me to try and achieve more with what I had. So positives and negatives to that. Another worry that I have is that if there is any damage to the instrument, if it does lose its tuning or if it arrives and it is out of tune, then there is no one that you can contact in order to get it fixed or get it tuned. Most handpan builders that might be more local to you actually can't fix them. They don't just refuse to do it because, you know, it's made in a factory, not made by me or whatever. That's not the issue. It's that they're so temperamental that as soon as you give it one hammer hit, one strike, anything could happen. You could throw the whole instrument out and it's unfixable. A lot of these instruments are very unstable and are not fully completed. They haven't been through the many processes that a regular handpan has been through. Another worry that I have is that some of these instruments are so cheap that they don't even reach the same cost as what materials would be for other handpans. The handpans that you can find on Temu for like £100, I wonder how on earth they're made, who's not getting paid properly for their labour. That's how I think and feel. Take it as you will. I'm not trying to force you into any specific belief about these instruments. I know that many can't afford them and want to play them, and I love accessibility. I think it's great. With that in mind, here is a real-time reaction to this instrument. Okay, I'm going to present it. Okay, close your eyes and come in. Yeah.
Seems dangerous.
Follow my voice.
There's so many expensive things in this room.
Okay, stop. Okay, hands up, palms up. It's quite heavy.
It's a
handpan!
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And a case.
And a case, cheap case.
What is it?
It's a handpan.
Wow. This is my birthday present. How? I know it's not polite to ask. How much did you spend?
Okay, no, it's not your real birthday present.
Okay.
I can give it back.
Okay. I mean, I love it.
Well, I just thought because you needed more curds for your classes. Which, you know, if I'd never played a handpan before, I'd probably be quite thrilled.
I feel like the low end they've done alright.
The ding's not bad.
It just really goes off.
I think the problem is that the harmonics aren't tuned.
Oh yeah.
There's just like a pitch that is not even vaguely.
Yeah, I guess they must get the domes. They've kind of guessed the approximate shapes. And they're just like whoomp, 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 whoomp out, and then they're like, "That'll do." Like there's no one with it, no more non-quality control. Plus, like this is very odd. It feels like it. Like I don't want to do it, but it feels like it could be bent out of tune.
It's not as thin as I thought it might be. But I would imagine with excessive playing, I don't think it'll hold its tuning.
Yeah, all the shoulder and stuff, like all the little touches that make a good instrument.
Yeah.
If you were gonna spend $250 on a handpan, and you can save up for like even 500, 600, 700.
Yeah.
Like I reckon somehow they might manage to make it. Okay.
I don't know. I think even in that price range, you're still at the risk of. If you're looking for £500 handpans, you're probably on dodgy websites.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, it's probably this marked up.
Yeah.
Probably the same instrument.
Yeah. And like you just don't know what you're getting, like that website that used my face.
Yeah.
Like it used my face holding a handpan, and it was like, oh, Linda from Birmingham loves this handpan.
And you're holding a Celestial Sound
literally
handpan.
completely different. So like you know that they're dishonest on that front. So if you hear a video and they're all of like different makers and stuff, then you know that what you're buying isn't what they're selling you.
Yeah.
You might enjoy it.
So, you can't afford a high-end instrument, but you definitely don't want to buy a factory-made instrument. What are your options? There are makers out there now that are starting beginner series, so handpans that are still made by them, but are done in such a way that they're able to keep their costs low. They won't be as good quality as the regular handpans, but they're definitely good enough to get you going on your journey, to be able to follow tutorials, and to be able to explore the full range of the sounds that you can make until you're ready to move on. It's also a little bit more moral, buying from makers that are paid well, that pay their workers well, etc., etc. So I recommend finding those if you're able. There are also branded factory-made instruments that are at least have been through some kind of vetting process, so you know they're going to be better quality than the ones that are just randomly shipped. I would still be careful of those because it's very easy to fall into scams there. There are some that look really legit that really aren't. I made a whole video on how to choose a handpan. You can check that out. I'll put a link in the description. Have a look out for beginner series. Have a look out as well for new builders that might be selling prototypes. A lot of new builders that are coming on the scene now are training under existing builders, so are very quickly making very good quality instruments, but while they're still learning are keeping their prices low. So these are really good opportunities as well. I recommend joining groups on social media, Reddit, Facebook, etc., and just doing a bit of research to find handpans that might be good for you. Second-hand handpans as well are an option. They don't tend to go down in price that much yet, so it's probably better to just buy new. I made a whole video about it, you can check it out, and I really hope that you find the instrument for you. Is that rust?
Yeah, I bet it's just stored in, it's probably just stored in a warehouse.
I mean, I have just kept it in a bag for a week.
I don't think that's the problem.